Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. This week's episode of Hobby Talk, I wanted to talk about this subject. I was kind of thinking about this video, but I like to do videos to help my, give little tips that I've used over the years to my viewers. I really appreciate my viewers, and I'm trying to do more Hobby Talk videos to, where you can get some value out of the videos, and if you want to use some of these tips or just see if some of them work, see if they work. Maybe you can find a good deal out there. So I wanted to do this video on the subject of going to finding hidden deals in sports card shops. I don't know if I've kind of breached the subject a few times over the years, but I want to do an actual video on it. So I bought all these boxes, these ones that you see down here on the bottom. These were all purchases from local hobby shops that are sports card shops, but they also dabble in non-sports cards and TCG stuff. And what I've found is, over the years, is that a sports card focused hobby shop, their bread and butter is sports cards, obviously. That's where they make their money. Sometimes they'll branch into other things. Maybe some of the distributors will say, hey, if you buy a case of this non-sports box that they're trying to move, we'll let you buy more Prism or something. So some of these sports focused hobby shops will end up with some really cool non-sports stuff. And I kind of dig the non-sports stuff more. So I love hobby shops that are focused on sports cards, but also dabble in non-sports and TCG stuff. So you have to look at it from the perspective of the shop. They are mostly, probably 90% focused on sports cards. And they need shelf space. And when they have non-sports and TCG stuff in a sports store, they don't get a lot of customers looking for that sort of thing. People going to those shops are mostly looking for sports cards because they know it's a sports card shop. And people looking for non-sports stuff usually buy stuff online, I think, and maybe online breaks and stuff like that, or like TCG stuff. There's gaming stores out there that people go to. But, when you go to your local hobby shop, sports card shop, open your eyes, look around, see what all they have. Because I guarantee you, if push comes to shove, they are going to want to move non-sports and TCG stuff out of the way to make room for the new latest sports stuff. And that's exactly what I did with this stuff. So these were at a fantastic deal. You can't find these hardly anywhere besides like eBay and TCG Player now. Great boxes. Got these for way less than online prices. It was from a sports card shop that had these. I waited. I knew they had them. I went back there just recently, and sure enough, they still had older pricing on them, and they were willing to move them. And this is another part of the video that I want to talk about is when you're looking for this kind of stuff, you have the advantage when you're in a sports card shop, because they would love nothing more than to sell non-sports and TCG stuff to make room for sports stuff. So you have the upper hand in a negotiation because they want to sell it and you want a good deal. Sometimes I've even noticed they've set out like clearance tables, and it's full of stuff like this. Like this Loki box was on a clearance table. It was like, wow, I love these Marvel Universe hobby boxes. Picked up several at way less than the original price because they wanted to make room for other stuff. And since they're not a non-sports specialized store, they don't have a lot of customers coming in looking for this kind of stuff. I've gotten Marvel Masterpieces boxes at incredible deals. I've gotten Marvel anime stuff at insane deals. This one was not an insane deal because it's still pretty new, but the previous one, the Peach Momoko set, I bought as many boxes as I possibly could want for way less than they originally cost. And it was at a sports card store that dabbles in non-sports. This Boba Fett box, hobby box. It was from a sports store on a clearance table. They're just trying to move it to get it out of the store because it had sat for like a year. And if you're a non-sports fan, you kind of know what sets are good. Watch videos, see what the pull rates are, do that sort of thing. Also, I've found that these sports card hobby shops that dabble in TCG stuff, they have actually really good prices on singles because they're not keeping up on the latest TCG prices on everything. They're just buying collections of stuff from people coming in and just flipping it. So if you know your cards, you can find incredible deals in these stores. And I want to talk about negotiation because you can even get yourself an even better deal just by negotiating with them. But number one, make sure you have a store that is willing to negotiate prices. If you're dealing with a store owner that does not care about negotiation, they're not going to. But if you know the people there in the shop are willing to, like, maybe you can say, hey, will you take X amount if I buy both of these? Or if I'm buying a bunch of singles, give me a good deal, Will you give me a better deal if I'm buying this pile of TCG singles and I'll buy this clearance box? I've gotten way better deals bundling things together that way. So it's all about, for me anyway, it's all about maximizing your collection dollars. And sometimes you have to walk away from a deal if it's just not right. But negotiating for me is fun. Some people might think it's a beating and don't want to deal with it. That's fine. You don't have to negotiate. But I'm just saying, if you want to get more for your dollar, if the store will negotiate and is okay with that, then by all means, negotiate yourself a better price. Do it, and when you negotiate, be polite. Don't be a jerk. They're going to be much more willing to give you a better deal if you're polite. Trust me. If you're hardline and a jerk about it, they're just going to say, well, see you later. They don't care. They'll have someone else come in and buy this stuff. But remember, it's a negotiation. Sometimes they're not going to want the price you say. They'll come back at you with a different price. Negotiation is a give and take. So you have a price in mind that's the highest you want to pay for this stuff, and don't go over it. And a lot of times you can get it for way less than the price that you think you're going to have to pay. Because you have the advantage because you are buying their stuff that they're trying to move out of a sports store, that they want to make shelf space for new Prism sets or new Select or the new Topps, new Topps baseball, super expensive sets. They make their money on sports cards. This is just fluff that they take in to get themselves more of the higher demand sports stuff. Now, sometimes they may buy this. They really did want Loki boxes to sell, but I don't know. My suspicion is the hobby shop where I bought this, Upper Deck, the distributor told them, hey, you want all this awesome new hockey set, you're going to take some Loki boxes too. And they said, okay, whatever it takes for me to get more of the hockey cards. So they're much more willing to move this than they are trying to sell you hockey cards cheaper. This only works if this is not their focus. You know what I mean? Now, there could be older sports boxes that they want to move too, to make room for the newer sports boxes. But, a sports card store is going to want to move this type of stuff quicker than the sports stuff. Or not quicker, but they're more willing to let some of this stuff go at a good deal for you than the sports stuff. All right, I guess that's. What do you guys think? Is it just silly going to sports stores to look for non-sports and TCG stuff? I think it's a great idea because I found stuff that you can't find anywhere else. But the local sports store has a whole case of this stuff sitting around somewhere, and they want to move it. So, guys, check your local sports stores if you're looking for non-sports TCG type stuff, stuff that is impossible to find anywhere else. They might be sitting at your local sports store, and I've found this time and time and time again. And be patient. No one bought it for 6 months. There's probably not going to be anybody buying it in the next couple months. So let them sit for a while, unless it's something you really want really bad. And the longer you wait, the better position you have in negotiations, because they're going to be wanting to move this stuff that's been sitting for a long time. Anyway, that's all I got on this subject. Use negotiations if you can. Check your local sports stores if you're looking for harder to find older non-sports and sports stuff. Non-sports and TCG stuff. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos later.